Author's note: this video is my review of War for the Planet of the Apes, based on Planet of the Apes by Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver, directed by Matt Reeves, published by 20th Century Fox, starring Andy Serkis, Karen Conoval, Terry Notary, Ty Olsson, Devin Dalton, Amaya Miller, and Woody Harrelson as the Colonel, rated PG-13.
She was you.
She has no one else.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best film of 2017 as of this video. Set 2 years after the events of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar's views towards humans have become increasingly hostile, with most of his kind being wiped out. But it takes a turn for the worse when he meets the colonel of the military faction, Alpha Omega. Right off the bat, this film doesn't waste time getting into the details of the main story. In fact, the story goes even further in about 20 minutes after the film starts. They also did a great job of explaining the events that went on. Though I do admit, the story did slow down a bit when they reached the border facility. Another thing that I want to point out is that while the film is filled with plenty of sad moments, it was not as depressing as the last film. They at least managed to throw in some funny moments coming from the silly newcomer Bad Ape and even returning character Rocket. I know, it's not supposed to be as silly as the original Planet of the Apes, but sometimes a little humor does help with the mood. As for Caesar, he went from being a pacifist to a vengeful ape. 2 years of war and the loss of your own kind can do one in. It's scary to see him become angry over seeing his own kind get killed. But things get worse with the late Koba tormenting the ape leader over how similar they both are and what the ape leader goes through. It's really hard not to feel sorry for the big guy. As a movie fan, I seem to enjoy films that portray humans in a negative light, and this film is no exception, especially with Colonel McCullough. He's willing to go through any lengths in his claim to save the human race, be it kill or enslave apes, or to kill humans that are badly affected by the simian flu. Now at first, I thought he was a complete monster with what he's done, but in the end, he was nothing more than a pitiful man who really wanted to save humanity despite his cruelty. Finally, I was rather fascinated with the human character of Nova, a prime example of an innocent child caught in the crossfire. And while there may be some who question her existence, I do believe she's there to remind Caesar of the good within him and what he originally stood for. And personally, even after all she's been through, it's still nice to have a human that represents the hope of humanity. War for the Planet of the Apes may be a bit light on the war part, but it's still a great movie that pushes Caesar's character into uncharted territory and to help us understand the apes' struggle for survival. And while it's not much of a tearjerker, you may want to bring some tissues. Trust me on this one, okay? One day, I need to review Rise of the Planet of the Apes just to see how it all started. Whoops, sorry folks, but I need to get going to Comic-Con.